What's up, everybody? Before we start this episode, definitely check out our bonus episodes, support the show, and enjoy our weekly bonus episodes at patreon.com/Yannis Pappas Hour. Get your tickets to see me in Raleigh, North Carolina, May 17th and 18th. And then you could see me at Harrah's in Atlantic City on June 22nd. And then I shut it down for the summer to shoot a special and take the summer off. So last two chances to see me on the road, YannisPappasComedy.com for tickets. Now enjoy the episode.
Yannis Pappas. Yeah. When you all tucked up in the day been long, and the news online going on and on, what's right and wrong, and it's something up. Now here comes a great kid you know you can trust. From the true who's who to the news and cameras, to the fake politics and the propaganda. Yeah, this kid's screwed in, got a lot to say. Oh shit, it's about to be a long day. It's a long
What's up, everybody? Yannis Pappas here. Yannis Pappas Hour. I'm broadcasting to you during a very tumultuous time. We're in the middle of a war right now between Drake and Kendrick. I don't know anything about it, but every time I hear people talk about it, I just feel older and older. I have children. I don't know what's going on. I think I heard that Drake might be sex trafficking. I think this may be the time in the world we find out that anyone who has any money might be sex trafficking. Drake is one of the last people I would have suspected to sex traffic because he's Canadian. I didn't know that they had that in them. It's something, it's always shocking. Like when Jeremy Lin played in the NBA, you're going, I didn't know that was possible. When Yao Ming came to the NBA, I said, I didn't know I avoided Chinamen by saying China guys. I didn't know a Chinese guy could be over 7 feet tall. I didn't know they could be over 5'11". I'd never seen one. That's the way I feel about a Canadian sex trafficking. And supposedly he's a sex trafficker. I don't know. I don't know what caused this beef. Here's the best part about it. I'm not going to know. I'm not going to pursue it. I'm not interested in it. I know there's a lot of people who are hanging on every word of this battle.
It made the New York Times.
It's a rap battle. From what I understand, Kendrick's winning, or I don't know. That could have just been the Twitter feed that I was in. I'm sorry, the X feed I was in. I don't know. I just know everyone is talking about it, and by everybody, I mean black people. This is big. This is a big war. It's the only time I think the United States and Canada will have any hostilities. We're otherwise pretty friendly, besides the trucker dispute over the border and the smoke air that they threw at us. This is the only time I think you will ever see North America split. I'm concerned. I'm concerned for our unity. I'm concerned for the world at large. I'm concerned what the consequences, what the fallout of this rap beef is going to be. I don't know. I haven't been this concerned since MGK and Eminem duked it out, song versus song. It's part of hip-hop culture, I guess.
Yeah.
These beef happen, and they go after each other. Comedians go after each other. Basketball players go after each other. Countries go after each other. And the one thing that they all have in common is they all go after the Jews. That's it. And Drake is a member of the tribe, I believe. Drake is half Jewish.
The good half.
The good half. Drake's half Jewish. So I don't see this ending Drake's career. I don't see it ending Kendrick's career. But I'm very concerned. And so is the governor of this good state, New York State, because she had a thing to say about the black community.
Young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word a computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things. And I want the world to open up to all of them, because when you have their diverse voices innovating solutions through technology, then you're really addressing society's young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word a computer is.
Oh,
They
my
don't
God.
know these things.
That's our
And I want
governor.
the world to open up to all of them, Because when you have their diverse voices innovating solutions through technology, then you're really addressing society's
She really thinks there's a black kid in this world who doesn't know what the word computer is.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
She didn't even know after she said it. She just continued on, unaware. But that's one of those times where the people off camera, her handlers and aides, are going,
yeah. What fucking year is this?
it's like when Julie Delby gave that interview and she's like, women have it worse. I think I'd rather be a black man than a what? You saw that one?
No, what's this?
Oh, that's another goodie. That's another goodie. It's Julie Delby. She was from the movie you would have never heard of. Julie Delpy. And she gave a good one. Now, she's very woke. And
what's interesting, I think, a few years ago, I said something like that about like the Academy being very white male, which is the reality. Mm-hmm. And I was like slashed to pieces by the media and stuff. But it's interesting that women can't talk. Like, actually, like, I sometimes wish I was African American, because I think at least people don't bash them afterwards when they say something, about a reality, which is like, we live in a xenophobic environment, right, not just not just the Academy, obviously, just the entire world, Mm-hmm. But like, it's very hard for a woman to open it. I think even hard. I think it's probably the hardest to be a woman because feminists is probably something that people hate above all. Like,
just shut the fuck up. Just shut your French fucking mouth. You're not Alex de Tocqueville fucking commenting on America. And you're a fucking French actress. You're a broad who's in a movie called Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight with my hero, Ethan Hawke. Shut your fucking French pie hole. You don't know anything about America. You don't know anything about black people. And neither do you. I don't even know your fucking name, Governor of fucking New York. What's her dumb fucking name?
Governor
This
Hochul.
bitch has been no closer to a black person than I have been to Mogadishu. And she proved it in a sentence. She actually thinks that it just proves like it's just so disingenuous. Now we got to get diverse. We got to get diversity in computers. First thing, you know how we start? We got to teach them the word computer. Could there have been a more denigrating sentence coming from a politician's mouth?
Horrendous.
I mean, I can't believe it.
It's like she was talking about them like they lived in some lost tribe or
I know.
something.
She's like, we got to get them.
They don't have any running water.
Yeah, we got to first let them know what shoes are. You guys know what shoes? Shoes go on the feet. They prevent bacteria from getting on your feet when you walk in the jungle. We'll start there. She might as well have said, first thing we got to do is get them down from the trees. Once we get them down from the trees, then we ease in. We create a runway where we build slowly to let them know eventually what a computer is. But first, I mean, she might as well have said that.
Oh, my God.
I mean, she might as well have said that. So anyway, when Julie Delpy said that, I think it was like 8 years ago, but the clip recently resurfaced for whatever reason. And Kieran Culkin or whatever his name is sitting next to her going like this. He's got his hand in his head. He's sitting right next to Julie Delpy.
Yeah.
And he's just going like, Jesus Christ. And, what's her name? Karen what?
Oh, the governor, Kathy Hochul.
Kathy Hochul?
Mm-hmm.
There was some aide on the side going like this, like, what the fuck? Like, whoa. What did she just say? Now, here's the best part. She didn't even say they don't know computers. She said, we got to teach them what the word computer is. They don't know the word computer. They don't even know what the word computer is.
They don't know what a computer is.
They have no idea
They
what a
don't have
computer is.
iPhones.
No.
They don't have video games. They don't have any of that.
They're not in America.
They're living by candlelight.
Let me tell you something, Kathy Hochul. I think it was probably one of the first words they learned. When you're a kid right now, you want video games, computers. That's what it is. I mean, listen, they're in America still. Okay? I don't know what's in your mind. Maybe you think they're poor, but let me explain something to you. The poorest person in America still has a computer. They have an iPhone. Okay? It's a totally different poor. All right, I'm just going by your definition because there's a lot of poor white people out there, but I know what you were trying to say. And let me tell you something. They have computers. They have computers. It's actually amazing when you think about it that our poor people have computers. They do.
America's a good place to be poor.
It's a good place to be poor because you can definitely get meat. You can. There's homeless people who eat meat like probably every day. Probably every day they get meat. A lot of countries, you just can't get meat. But before you can get meat in this country, I think you can get a computer. I think they know what a computer is.
They don't even know the word. We got to teach them what the word computer means.
Now, this chick was thrust on us. She didn't.
She was.
She was thrust on us when it was the takedown of the Cuomo brothers.
That's right. Yeah.
The Cuomo brothers got whacked.
They got
The
whacked.
pandemic was no good for workaholics and Whitney Cummings and the Cuomo brothers.
I think it was Letitia James.
It was Letitia James?
Same one that was going
She
after
took
Trump.
down both the Cuomos?
Yeah.
Now, the first Cuomo went down for what, he slapped some girl's ass in a bar?
Which one?
I think
the
Chris.
governor? Oh, Chris.
The hot one.
The hot one.
What did he go down for?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. He lost his show, right?
Faking that he had COVID in the basement of his Hamptons home. Yeah, he went down. And then Andrew went down for, they were both kind of just like, they were sexual harassers, I think, you know. And I remember Andrew was like, I'm Italian, right? That was that whole thing
Yeah,
where he's
I'm
like,
Italian.
I'm handsy-feely. Sometimes my hand falls into a woman's vagina. I'm Italian.
Right, so she started a sexual harassment probe against him.
Yo,
that led to his
Letitia's,
downfall.
yeah, she takes people down.
So now he's suing her.
He's suing her?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. And now I think Chris Cuomo's got a show on the Charlie Kirk network or something. Because he's got a show somewhere again. And,
Newsmax, maybe?
maybe Newsmax. Maybe Newsmax. But the Cuomo's had a real fall from grace.
News Nation.
News Nation. He's on News Nation. You know, they're Mario Cuomo's sons. There's probably a lot more dirt you probably could have got. Mario Cuomo's got a bridge named after him, though. I don't know if he was considered a good governor, but he was Italian. Italians, look, there's going to be a little sexual harassment with Italians. There's going to be a little criminality with
It's in
Italians.
our culture.
It's in the culture. And you can only say it against Italians because it's the only group you can be openly racist against.
That's true.
It's the only group you can do commercials with, like, hey, how you doing? I'm a mafia guy. What's going on? But, you know, it's not really our fault. It's the Italians' fault. So every time you go into a great Italian restaurant, every wall is full of every mafia actor that's ever walked. Look, there's me eating a chicken parm with Chaz Palminteri. There's Bobby the Milk. There's Al Pacino. They're all mafia guys, you know? So it's not our fault. But that was what you call a real slip of the tongue there.
You're right. She did get thrust upon us. Like, who voted for her?
Nobody voted for her. She got thrust upon us when we got... The Cuomos were the heroes of the pandemic. Remember, he used to do his long morning talk.
That's right.
Yeah.
A daily talk.
Daily
And then
talk for New York.
Women were falling in love with them. They were called the Cuomosexuals.
Yeah, Cuomosexuals. The women were into both Cuomos because they were talking it up during the pandemic. Chris Cuomo crawled out of the basement like the Ariel Castro kids. He came up and he was like, "Look, I've been quarantining in the basement." And it was funny. Remember, he walked up and he passed like his maid, his chef. He passed his perfect his personal medical team, and he came upstairs. And they were like, "Wait, dude, that was stay off camera." And it was like a whole. He was supposed to be quarantining, but they sent a whole production squad to his house to film the "I'm Alone" segment.
Right. He was really suffering.
Yeah, he was suffering while there was a mic grip holding a fucking mic over his head with the camera moving around. He was in bad shape. But he also smacked some chick's butt at a bar or something like that.
And then, of course, the famous Fredo incident.
Fredo.
He was ready to go.
He was ready to go.
He was ready to throw it out.
He was called the Fredo brother.
Yeah, that's right.
Fredo brother. Which, listen, I mean, when your brother's governor and you're like a CNN talking head, I mean, although you are the handsomer one, he's a big kid, too. I've seen him. He's a big kid.
He's pretty jacked, right?
Yeah, he's pretty jacked. But, I mean, of the two, I mean, one's Michael Corleone and one's Fredo. I mean, one guy's governor. One guy's governor of New York State. It's a big deal. There was before this, he would have been a great presidential candidate. Andrew Cuomo, except for the fact that he was wearing nipple clamps.
What?
Yeah, what was going on with that?
Wait a minute, I didn't hear this.
He was caught wearing nipple clamps.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. Just go to Andrew Cuomo nipple clamps, which is hard for me to say for some reason. This was all, people want to forget the pandemic, but he was totally caught with wearing a white shirt and his nipple clamps.
Oh, nipple pierced.
Yeah, his
He had
nipple pierced. Yeah, they're nipple. Why am I having problems with these words? Nipple clamps.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
pull
got
up the
his
image.
Nipples pierced?
Yeah, he had his nipples pierced.
Yo, dog, he
Doug, there
does.
you can see it right through the shirt.
See, that's what I'm talking about. He's freaky deaky.
He's freaky deaky, man. He's freaky deaky.
But he comes off like he's not.
He comes off like he's not. But if it wasn't for the nipple piercings and Letitia James, Andrew Cuomo probably could have been our next president.
Possibly.
We would have had a president under 80, which is good. Which is good.
He was actually a pretty good governor. I didn't have that much of a problem
He
with
was
him.
pretty good before
Yeah.
that. Things were good.
Yeah.
Things were good. Things were good under him. Even under Adolf, whatever his name was.
No.
What was his name? The
William
mayor.
Wilhelm?
Yeah, I mean, New York
No.
was still pretty good for a long
Dude,
time.
They were great under Bloomberg, and then it was just a steady decline under.
Yeah, but things were still pretty good before the
The
pandemic.
pandemic definitely crushed
Yeah,
everything.
New York was still like,
Yeah.
everyone was, we were all still living in that sort of just wave of goodness in the country. And, Michigan had no drinking water. Things weren't great in the Rust Belt, but you don't see the Rust Belt. Only I see the Rust Belt. And I'd hop into town for a couple hours, pretend I was happy, and then leave. But things were great on the coast, is what I'm saying. Things were great on the coast.
Well, we always said New York had that golden era from.
Oh, it was just great.
Well, when did you think it's like 95
95 to 2020.
to
It
2020?
was like a 25-year
Till
run.
COVID.
Yeah, and not even 95. I would say more like
2000.
Yeah, 2000.
Yeah.
It started in the late 90s, but we'll give it a nice jumping off at maybe 99. How about 99 to 2020? It was like a good 20 to 25 year run of just like, wow, low crime, one of the lowest crime rates, just flourishing. Everyone was partying. Champagne bottles were popping. P. Diddy was nothing was known about him.
Right.
And now it's just the end of Goodfellas for everybody. And all our heroes have been crushed. But he was a major potential candidate.
Yeah.
He was being made a national hero during COVID.
He got some things wrong in COVID, though. He killed a lot of old people.
Killed a lot of old people.
He sent them back to the nursing
He
homes.
killed a lot of old people. And then he wrote a book about how he was the hero of COVID.
Right.
But he was like the villain of COVID. He was one of the worst, actually. He ordered them back in, right? And then they just all died. Yeah, because those were the people who were mostly dying. When we look back now, the people who died from COVID, you had a lot of people who die who you didn't expect to die. But for the most part, it was old people and it was fat people. That's who died. Which in America, I mean, throw a fucking dart, you're going to hit one. I mean, it was really just like not a great look.
They hit us in our soft spot.
They hit us really in our soft spot. I mean, if you were fat, I mean, you were fucking done, dog. Bobby Kelly walked through that thing, though. I don't know how he did.
He's
Unscathed.
Yeah, he comes from good stock.
And
dude.
the pandemic made him large. Like a lot of us. I was larger in the pandemic. When I went into the hospital, they called me obese. And I think I was like 225, 230. I was obese, dude. I was obese. I mean, I'm like 205, which is still big.
What were you, 5'10", 230?
Whoa. 6 foot, 230. 6 foot. 5'11" and 3/4, which you can round up to 6 feet. When I'm wearing sneakers, I'm over 6
You're
feet.
over 6, yeah.
I'm over 6. Without sneakers, I'm a little under 6.
You should be 190.
Should be 190, and that's big. I mean, literally, I should be. Whenever you go by those charts, it's really funny of what they consider obesity. They're like 5'11", 160. You're like, dude, I'm not preparing for a boxing match. I mean, 160.
I know, that's crazy.
Like, how the hell?
Yeah.
But then you see these fighters at 160, and they look jacked, and then you're like, oh, that's what we're supposed to look like. That's what humans who used to do physical labor looked like, because they didn't have all this bread and sugar and all this, processed food. They would just come have a piece of salmon and like a potato and water, and that was it. Maybe a sweet tea, but they didn't have like Coke. If Coca-Cola and an Arnold Palmer, all that stuff. They didn't have all the sugar.
Dude, so wait, back to these nipple clamps. What was it? Did anyone ever find out?
I mean, it's a pierced nipple. I mean,
Did he ever get called on it? Like that would be
Yeah,
my
I know. It was
first
big news.
be my first question.
Yeah, he never admitted it.
He never admitted it?
And I don't think it ever got to him in a press conference.
That's like the funniest thing.
Yeah, because he was like COVID royalty during it. So I don't think anyone asked him.
I wonder if he has other piercings.
He may have a penis ring.
You think he's got a Prince Albert?
He might have a Prince. He might have a Prince Albert. But yeah, I mean, listen, he had a very important job. Now he's like, where is he? Where in the world is Andrew Cuomo now? We know he's suing Letitia James, right? But maybe that's all he's doing. Maybe he's like an older woman who's living alone, just like time to start suing companies. Has your mom started suing companies yet?
Oh, she's been doing that for years,
Oh,
dude.
my mom started going down that route.
It didn't take
Writing
all day.
letters to Verizon.
Yeah, she did that
Yeah.
when she was young. She went to war with Panasonic over a broken VCR.
Yeah, my mother was going to war over Verizon,
Oh yeah.
Con Edison. I mean, so maybe he's just living like an elderly woman, a single elderly woman where he's just suing everybody. I'm sure he made millions somehow. They always have millions. Only Bernie. You got to give Bernie credit. I think only Bernie released his tax returns and he just was like, had $100,000 or something like that, right?
That's it?
Yeah, I think Bernie was only worth like a couple $100,000.
He definitely doesn't spend any money on clothes.
No, he doesn't spend any money on clothes, or he doesn't have to go to the hairstylist. He doesn't even go to lens crafters to get a decent pair of glasses. I mean, he's just a real Vermont socialist.
Andrew Cuomo's got an Instagram. Let's see.
Let's see what Andrew Cuomo's doing.
Still looks handsome.
No, his last post, I think, was Happy 4th.
Oh, this is his goodbye post.
Yeah, his goodbye. He got Me Too'd. So many people got Me Too'd.
Yeah. Oh, you know who the first potential Jewish president?
Lieberman?
No.
Remember he ran?
Lieberman, right.
Yeah.
They were saying he could have been Spitzer, the governor, the previous governor.
Oh, yeah.
And then he got caught
He got caught with a hooker.
with a hooker. But he had potential, they said, to be the first Jewish president.
Yeah. Elliot Spitzer. What was he, the attorney general in New York for a while?
Wasn't he governor?
Oh, Governor Elliot Spitzer, right? Wasn't he governor?
I think so.
Did he get taken down when he was governor?
Yes.
Yeah.
The prostitution scandal.
I mean, yeah, big deal.
And he was a good governor. He cleaned up a lot.
Yeah, I mean, big deal. Remember they were taken down? I mean, big deal.
See, he was a big part of New York, right? Because it happened in 2008, was it?
Yeah.
He was a big part of New
Dude,
York.
all the New Yorkers got taken down with B2s.
It makes you think, like,
What's going on? What's in the
going
water?
on? Yeah, what's in
Good
the water?
bagels, but also makes them all freaks.
These dudes are
Remember Carlos
freaky.
Danger got taken down?
Oh, yeah.
He had a promising career ahead of him. Carlos Danger, Elliot Spitzer, Andrew Cuomo, they all went down. They all went down because of ladies. The ladies took them down. Well, they were sticking their noodle where it wasn't supposed to go.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to go. You're not supposed to be getting hookers. Or who cares? Who cares? It's his wife's problem. He was a good governor, right?
He was a good governor.
Yeah, didn't he take down a lot of
A lot of mafia stuff.
yeah. Oh no, but here's where he was a hypocrite, right? Wasn't he hard on the prostitutes?
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was. That was the thing.
Right.
Elliot Spitzer was hard. He took down all the prostitutes.
Yeah, he wanted them all to himself.
Yeah, he wanted them all to himself.
That's her name, Ashley Dupree.
And she was a piece.
She was a smoke show.
I remember. How did he get caught? Was it Letitia James?
I think they had
Ronan Farrow? Who got him?
he was referred to as Client 9.
Client 9.
So they had a sting going. Someone probably squealed.
Yeah.
And then they had a little
and it's probably someone squealed because of how hard he was on prostitution.
Right.
They were like, we're going to nail this. We're going to nail Client 9.
Oh, this is funny. So he booked a hotel room under the name George Fox.
Ooh.
I like it.
George Fox.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fucked up. He used his homeboy's name.
Oh, he's his friend?
A pseudonym that was allegedly the name of his close friend, a hedge fund investor. So that'd be like me getting a hotel room in your
Yannis
name.
Pappas.
Yeah, well, I'm going to do some dirt.
Yannis Pappas. Wow. Well, I was in Los Angeles this week. It was good for the Netflix festival. It was nice. I saw Nate. Went to lunch with Nate.
How's he doing?
He's taking over the world. He's doing
Yeah.
great.
Was he bragging a little bit?
No, he was just, he's just taking over the world. He's doing great. He
Flashing
was
his
doing a
shiny-
show. Well, I mean, he's rich.
He's real rich.
He's definitely rich. He was doing a show with Seinfeld, Sebastian, and Jim Gaffigan, the four of them together,
Oh, what show were you doing?
because they needed help selling tickets.
Right.
I mean, they just took all the tickets from the whole festival and threw it into that one show.
Who were you on a lineup with? Ari
I was,
Shaffir?
I was on a lineup with nobody. I was on a lineup with myself. What they should have done was put me and Seinfeld together to help my tickets. They could have spread those guys, around and been like Jerry Seinfeld and 40 other comedians who don't sell tickets. That would have helped. You put the four guys together who don't need help selling tickets.
Oh, it's Netflix, dude. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. They definitely know what they're doing.
Was it filmed?
No, they were just live shows. It's just a live shows around town, and it was great for comedy. Great. I just got nothing good to say because I met Ted Sarando, so I got nothing good. I got nothing.
Nothing bad to say.
I got nothing bad to say. It's
nothing
a beautiful,
but good things.
It's all good things. It was a beautiful festival. Everything was beautiful. I saw my friends. They did podcasts. It's beautiful. Netflix is the best. Netflix is number one. Netflix is doing a crazy job. The roast of Tom Brady was incredible. Although I don't know if I was the only one who was uncomfortable with Andrew Schulz's haircut and that big of a crowd. I think with that haircut, his crowd should be limited. He went from 2 shows at the Garden to then the Tom Brady roast at the Coliseum. And I know Andrew Schulz was doing comedy, but his haircut has other ideas. Because while he was telling jokes, his haircut was thinking about some other things. His haircut was thinking about rounding up some people and starting some wars and talking about a greater America plan.
Yo, that mustache is getting narrower
Yeah,
and narrower.
look, as far as that haircut, that mustache is concerned, our present borders are just a suggestion. That haircut can't be in front of that big of a crowd. Yeah. I even saw it while he was talking. His hair started flopping.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, his hair started flopping like that. That hair has a mind of its own. Wouldn't that be a great movie that someone, someone cut their hair into Hitler's haircut, and then the hair had a life of its own?
Oh, you get possessed by
Yeah,
the
you get
haircut.
possessed by the haircut. He doesn't
Yeah.
know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Next thing you know, you have these impulses.
You got these impulses, and like the hair won't let it grow out.
Right.
So the hair just keeps staying short on purpose.
And you become very charismatic.
Yeah, charismatic. I mean, I just think there's a very good. He's so big now. I just think there's a possibility he could make a move, like a political move.
Possibly.
I think he could make a political move. I mean, think about it. There's certain people that started in entertainment. Ronald Reagan started in entertainment.
True indeed.
Hitler started in entertainment. He was a painter.
Our former president.
Our former president, Donald Trump, started as a reality TV show star. I mean, you could make a move.
Now, if he starts wearing a
He'll
uniform,
get votes, dude. Andrew Schulz will get votes.
if he starts wearing a uniform, we got
Dude, we're close.
we're close.
Dude. Yo, if he makes a fashion choice for I mean,
You know how like Chappelle wears the jumpsuit?
yeah, but my question, is the haircut possessing him?
Could be.
Could it happen? Could it happen? Like, he just thinks he's up there doing comedy, right? He thinks it's just like, this is a great time. I'm roasting Tom Brady. But like the haircut is up there sending messages down. Say it. Put your hand up. Put your hand up. Say goodnight like this.
Oh, yeah.
Say goodnight like this. And then when he's sleeping, the haircut is subliminally sending messages
Right.
into his subconscious.
It's like a puppet master.
Yeah, it's going. Why were the Jews kicked out of 161 countries, Andrew? Andrew. And I think one of his best friend, Dove, is Jewish too. So he's going, what's going on? Why does he look like that? Why does Dove always have allergies, Andrew? What? Dove's watching your money. Are you watching Dove, Andrew? Andrew, you took over. You took over by doing the internet game, and you challenged Hollywood. Maybe now it's time to take over Hollywood because you know who needs to be dethroned from
right.
Hollywood.
Andrew, who runs Hollywood?
Andrew, who runs Hollywood? Is it going to be the people who run Hollywood, or is it going to be Schulz? Schulz. It's a German name too.
He's Jewish.
No, he's not Jewish. That's the thing, because he's not Jewish.
Oh, he's not Jewish.
He's not Jewish. No,
Oh.
he's Schulz.
Oh, he's Schulz.
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 I think it's a Scottish name.
Oh.
I don't know. What's the etymology of Schulz? What is the background of Schulz? Here we were hoping this was going to be the main episode, and I just turned it into a Patreon. Schulz, family name from where? I think, oh my God, the name Schulz is of German origin. It's derived, dude, it could be the name that made him get the haircut, and now the haircut is going to make him open gas chambers.
You sure he's not Jewish?
He's not Jewish. Oh, I'm positive he's not Jewish.
Oh, you guys had some private conversations?
No, it's a known thing. He's not Jewish.
All right.
I know. What do you think he's hiding it?
No, but here he's explaining what it's like, how the Jews feel right now.
Yeah, well, because he gets into every topic.
That's kind of his job,
yeah,
right?
it's kind of his job. He gets in every topic. But I know him. I mean, he's a friend of mine. He's not Jewish. He's German. Schulz, he's German. I mean, a lot of Jews had German names, right? Like Schultz. There's a lot. I guess there's Jews that have Schultz or Heisenberger, but those were German names.
Spitzer.
Those German names, but they were just, they were just the infestation in Germany. No, I'm sorry. Did that come out? It was the haircut that made me say that. They were just German Jews, right? They were Germans, but they just happened to have a different religion. Schultz, no Jewish in there. No Jewish. All German. Well, at least his name is, but I think his mom was Scottish. But, I always got my eyes on the Germans, too.
Yeah. You're very
They hurt us,
suspicious.
too. They hurt us, too. I'm with the Jews. We're with the Jews on that. The Greeks are with the Jews. There's a lot of people in Europe that got hurt by the Germans. We kid. It was great. He crushed. He did well. He gave a very good roast. So did Tony Hinchcliffe. So did Nikki Glazer. Those three were kind of like,
Yeah, I saw she was trending.
yeah, maybe the highlights. I mean, they were so funny. Schultz's jokes were great. He did great. Congrats on selling out the Garden, just like the Nazis did in 1930-something. I'm kidding. It's amazing. It's an amazing thing. He made a very touching, film with his dad about it. Who's that woman?
That's Glazer, Nikki Glazer.
Oh, yeah. She, Dana White was there, and I think Schultz said something like, maybe that's why Dana White is here, so he can teach you how to fuck a Brazilian out of millions or something like that, because his ex-wife Giselle is Brazilian, because they're getting divorced, and they went after him because of Giselle.
Oh, they had a lot of
a lot. I mean, he got roasted, dude.
Really?
Yeah, he got roasted.
Was Giselle there?
No, Giselle wasn't there.
Oh, that would have been nice.
At one point, Jeff Ross made a massage joke because what's his name was in a Kraft?
Yeah, Kraft.
And then that was the only thing that Tom Brady got up and got in his ear and was like, enough of that.
Really?
Yeah, he's like, enough of that. Yeah.
So that's another one. That's another dude. Like, what was that? He went to a strip mall.
He got a massage.
No, he got a happy ending.
So what?
No, I'm saying, but why? He's a billionaire,
Yeah.
and he goes to like a $15 strip mall.
Yeah, you got to humiliate yourself a little bit. What was the big deal about that?
Well,
Is it illegal to get a massage with a handy?
I don't know. Florida? That was in Florida, right?
I mean, who cares? Who cares with Robert Kraft? I mean, geez, we got bigger fish to. Jeffrey Epstein was murdered in his fucking cell. He was trafficking and blackmailing powerful politicians who were sleeping with kids, and then they go after Robert Kraft from getting a handy from some Asian lady. I mean, there's a scale.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's good, because they want you talking about the Kraft.
Yeah, they want you
one.
talking about Kraft. They
Yeah.
don't want you talking about Giselle sitting, Ghislaine Maxwell sitting somewhere. Nobody's asking her any questions.
No.
Why are they not throwing her in front of a grand jury or whatever and be like, we need to know the name of every single person. You know, why? Where is she?
Yeah, where is she?
Why is she not? Why is they not like torturing her for answers? I'll tell you why. Because the people who are in charge of torturing people don't want her to speak. That's the only explanation for why we have not heard from her.
Oh, she's in jail already.
Yeah, she's in jail, but I'm just saying, can't they get all the information from her? We're all sitting here wondering who, what, where, who did bad stuff. It's like she knows everything. And she's just sitting there.
Dude, where's that book? That book would crush.
Yeah.
If she wrote a book?
Yeah, but she can't because then they'll kill her. They'll kill her.
She's in a low security prison in Tallahassee.
I mean,
So she's probably got it pretty good there.
dude, she's got all the information of what was going on. I mean, this guy was blackmailing the most powerful people in the world. And
Nobody even talks about it.
yeah, it's not.
anymore.
You don't even talk about. You can't. Nobody even can make a suggestion. Like, hey, by the way, can we interview Jesseline? Is anyone asking her any questions? Is anyone trying to find out the information?
She got 20 years.
Is anyone asking any questions? Is anyone asking Ghislaine Maxwell any questions about what she knows? Come on in. I don't even have to open a door.
These kids are from Florida.
The kids are from Florida. A couple of kids from Florida staying at the place. It's a halfway house for Florida kids. Enjoy that clean bathroom.
Oh, boy. That toilet is a disaster, dude.
You know what's funny is in the bedroom there's just a bunch of Maurisa slippers and stuff, and they're going like, "What's he into?"
Dude, if you walked into this apartment not knowing, you would think a psychopath lives here.
You would think Buffalo Bill lives here.
Seriously.
Yeah, you would think.
There's camera equipment.
Yeah.
There's
Wait, where's the Maurisa hair?
That's up behind you.
Oh, yeah. There's the Maurisa hair, and then you got the pocket puss over there, and then you got chancletas in the bedroom.
Right.
You're going, what's going on here?
And then you got this camera
You
equipment.
got camera equipment. Goodbye, horses. You crying over me.
I mean, let's talk about what's going on in that bathroom.
Goodbye, horses.
You got all the ball hair all over the toilet.
Oh, there's ball hair everywhere. I mean, I told you guys you could stay here for a couple days. I didn't say I was going to clean it.
Right. You can stay, but you can't leave. Those kids are going to end up as a skin suit.
Oh, help yourself to it. Also, there's a bunch of I guess vagina massagers that we got from some sponsor.
There's some sex toys if you
Yeah,
guys
some
want to try
sex
those
toys
out.
down there you guys can use on each other.
The cheeks, walk around the block.
Yeah. Yeah. Have a good old time. Have a good old time.
These kids thought they were going to stay in New York for a couple of days. Stay and leave it.
Yeah, no,
Dude,
now,
they're
you,
gonna get-
now you just can't
now you
leave.
can't leave.
Welcome to New York.
You're going to get carved
Now
up.
you can't leave.
Yanni's going to wear you as a skin suit.
Goodbye, horses. I'm crying over you. Goodbye, horses. Talk about a blessing and a curse. Great song that was kind of ruined by that movie.
Same with the actor.
Yeah, that actor, dude.
Every time you see
he
him.
he played Buffalo good. He played him so well that now every time you see him, you're going like, "Oh, there's Buffalo Bill."
Yeah, that dude should have won every award available for
He was
acting.
so good. Is she a great big fat person? Oh, is she a great big fat person? Great movie.
The best.
Great movie. So I don't know. I mean, all our heroes have fallen. Robert Kraft. That went away quick, though. But the Tom Brady roast was great. It was absolutely
You
fantastic.
sound so sincere.
No, it was good. It was actually good.
Yeah.
It did huge numbers. Netflix is doing everything right. You know, what they need to do is really take a chance on a comedian that, like, you know what I mean? Like, we need like a Greek
Yeah, right.
You know, like, look at the pedigree. We got Zach Galifianakis. He did great. Dimitri Martin. He did great. He did great. Tina Fey, Jennifer Aniston, John Stamos, Yannis Pappas. I think it's time to take a chance on someone who wants to talk about their family in a special and also some social issues.
Was
You
this
know?
your pitch to Sarandos?
No, not at all. I'm just saying they're making every right decision. I think that would be a great next move because they got a lot of established guys. What about a guy who everyone's buzzing about, but like, you know, is really gonna, you know?
It's like a low buzz.
The sport, yeah. And I
very
would
low.
even pump it in the algorithm.
You would pump it.
I'd pump it in the algorithm. If I was in charge of Netflix. Like, not only do we showcase the most established talent who don't need the money, not only do we throw 50 to 100 million at guys who can't lose money in a lifetime, we're breaking talent here. We're breaking talent.
Ah,
here.
like a new face.
And new faces for an old comic. I mean, that's what I think.
Right.
That's what I would do.
So wait, you met Sarandos this weekend?
Yes, I did meet him.
How'd it go?
It was fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was fine.
You try and throw some jokes in there?
Yeah, I mean, kind of, but he turned away quick. Every time he
really?
turned away. Yeah, I'd start talking. He'd be on somewhere. Like, there was a lot of people there. Stamos was talking. And, you know, it was just, you know, he would turn away. But he was very nice. He's very nice. I think he's into comedy. Just nothing but good vibes.
Stamos was bigging you up, too.
He was bigging me up, yeah, which, you know, I don't know. I don't know what that does.
Wait, what did he say? How did he say it?
He was just like, he's really funny.
Oh,
He was like, he's really funny.
that's it?
He was like, if you're into that type of thing. No, imagine that. Imagine he said that.
Right.
No, Stamos has, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm not a guy who the industry came clamoring for. I have been fortunate to have guys who are artists big me up. So I'm very appreciative and grateful. All, like I've mentioned before, all the LA guys and, you know, Rogan and then Stamos just goes out of his way.
He loves you.
He goes out of
He
his
really
way to
does,
help me. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to have to do to pay him back.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing.
That bill is due.
That's the thing. If he
Yeah.
was 40, I'd be a lot more nervous, but he's 60.
Oh, that makes it worse.
No, it doesn't make it worse because maybe he'll die soon and I won't have to pay him back.
He's going to want payment.
No, I don't know. Yeah, he's just, I don't know. I think he's just a good guy. I'm hoping.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, what can I pay him back for? You want to come? What do you want to do? You want to come watch my kids with me? What can I can buy you yogurt. I mean, what can I do for him? There's nothing I can provide him.
Get him a nice Greek yogurt.
I mean, there's nothing I can provide.
Oh, maybe.
You're
he
like,
wants-
I can hook you. I mean, even if he's secretly into men, I mean, he could get better than me.
You think?
That's the best part about it. Yeah. So here's the best part about being almost good looking is that there's better choices.
Maybe that's his fetish.
Is almost?
Yeah, like he likes just like an almost
That would be
good-looking guy.
funny if he just wants an almost and they're hard to find.
Right, it really turns him on.
Because that's a hard subsect to find.
Right, because he's the guy who's had everything.
Is a guy who's good looking from certain angles. A guy who looks like 4 different people depending on what the angle is. I mean, I really look like 4 different people. If you catch me from here and then from here and then from here and then from here and then from here, or sitting like this or sitting like that, I just turn into 8 different looking people. You know, I shave my beard, I look one way. I shave my beard, I look like a fat lesbian. With hair, I look like one
man.
person. Without hair, I look like another person. Sometimes I'll look different on different days.
That's true, but you
Yeah.
put zero effort into your appearance.
I put that's the problem.
Yeah, I
That's
think
what it is.
because people like they curate their feed where they only have certain angles that go out there.
Yes.
You know, Stamos is not posting an unflattering pic.
No, and guys like Stamos and guys, you know, certain guys, like their hair is like my hair will just grow out
Yeah.
and then I'll cut it and my beard will. When I decide to grow my beard is when like my hair is blocking my lip. That's when I decide to shave my hair. And when I decide to cut my hair, it's when it's like it looks too long over here. You know, it like looks.
Let's puff it out.
Yeah,
over
when
the
like you
ears.
could turn this way and it looks like the top of your head. When I can do that. When I can do that on my side. So I just wait till everything's too long. I just groom like once every 2 months.
Yeah, what do you think, Stamos? I mean, Stamos might be
No,
daily.
those guys are on like a 4-day groom pattern.
4 days?
Yeah, lotions and the workout regimen. That's why he always looks like the same guy. I look different. You know, if I have a cheeseburger, I look different after the cheeseburger than before the cheeseburger. That's the thing about comedians. Like we're in show business, but also kind of not. So, you know, you can, the only way you can be in show business and not be in show business at the same time is if your primary source of income is having to travel to Tulsa to perform. It's about as far away from Hollywood, but you're still in show business.
That's right.
I mean, they look at us like jugglers.
Well,
dude.
you're an entertainer.
I mean, I was around some powerful people who were looking at me like a juggler. I mean, you know, Jimmy Giannopoulos, who used to be the head of Fox movie studio and then Paramount movie studio, he said to me, "So what are you doing? What are you doing?" I'm like, "What are you like? I'm a pretty known comedian." He's like, "What are you doing? You living out here now?" Like, he was like, "You know, do you need someone to help me get you an apartment?" He was like asking me like, "You need help getting an apartment?" I'm like, a comedian has been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
You know, I make a good living, and he's looking at me going like, "You need to know," but you know, he's like, "What if there's anything I can do for you? Like, get you in touch with like maybe someone who can help you with a rental or
Right.
you know."
Well, you need a job.
You need
want-
a job, you need something, you know. He was talking to me that way. He had no fucking clue. Because I think to them, we're kind of jugglers. I think they're from the world. It's like Matt Damon, you know, fucking Brad Pitt,
Right.
Ben Affleck. There's like a crowd of people. And then like once in a while, a Nia Vardalos will like get into the movie star crowd. And then everyone else is just not really in show business. You know, he doesn't know anything about
I don't know,
comedy.
you always said this though. The money's in the funny. There's always, comedy.
I don't know if I ever said that.
You used to say
I
that
think
all
that's
the
a
time.
well-known expression. The
I mean,
money is in the funny.
The money's in the funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Meaning what?
That comedy sells.
Comedy is big business.
Yeah, it's big
And it's
business.
recession proof. It's like booze and strippers
Mm-hmm.
and prostitution and drug. It really is. The most recession proof businesses: drugs, strippers, prostitutes, comedy, church. Well, even church, I think people cut a little bit now. Now it's coming back. But I think it's up there. Yeah, because people always need that. Alcohol. Sorry, I forgot that one.
You said booze.
Oh, I said booze.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Booze, comedy, strippers. You're never going to lose. You're never going to lose. Entertainment can, budgets can slide down, but people always, in fact, hard times I think are good for comedy because people need to laugh. They will pay whatever money they have to have a good night and laugh. People just need to laugh. So,
That's why you have to go to these places all over the country.
yeah, I mean, that's why shows in Miami stink. They're like, what? This is the worst thing that happened to me all day. I'm in Miami, dude. But when you go to Minnesota, they're like, God, they were this close. Everyone who comes to a show in the winter in Minnesota comes to the show from. This is the thing. This is the last position they're in their car before they step out. They go, all right, just one more show.
Well,
And they
describe
put it
that
down.
for the listeners.
I put a gun to my head. So it's some guy who looks like the actor from the movie Fargo, who's sitting in his car right outside the comedy club going, all right, let me just see if this comedian can keep me here for another week. And they just put the gun down because it's dark and it's cold and it's white and it's boring. And you need Latin people around. Like you need Jews to make sure the service is good. You need Italians to make sure your food is good. You need Asians to make sure your food is good. You need gays to make sure there's entertainment and fun and plays and musicals. You need that stuff. People are trying to get rid of all this shit. You need it. You need gays.
You need blacks.
You need blacks for music and fun and rhythm and sports. You need these people. What are these supremacists trying to do? What are they trying to fucking do? You're trying to get rid of my Kendrick Lamar? Fuck you, dude. You're not taking it. You try and take Usher from me? It's not happening. It's not happening. Okay? You try and take bagels from me? Not going to happen. You try and take spaghetti? What are we going to do? We're all going to eat like northern white food?
Ugh.
Maybe that's why they're so fucking angry, because they got to eat Swedish meatballs and herring every day. Not for me. Not me, Jack. You need Greeks for...
Yeah, what do you need Greeks for?
God, you don't really need Greeks.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Drawing a blank here.
Dude, you don't need Greeks. You don't need Romanians. You don't really need the Irish. You don't need the Irish.
No.
All right, let's just talk about the essentials. Let's be honest, okay? You need the Germans they engineer. You need the Germans and the Japs. They engineer good. You need the Koreans. Engineering, dude. They build shit, okay? Buildings,
All
a
right.
lot of architects. You need the Jews. They're doctors. You get in legal trouble, you need them. They complain a lot. So it keeps the service, restaurants, keeps everyone on their toes. Because these wasps won't complain. They go into a restaurant, they'll be miserable. They don't care. As long as they can get a big jug of white wine to fucking throw down their gullet, they'll eat just a piece of plain shellfish and like just a potato with butter on it. They don't care.
Yeah.
They just don't care. A dry piece of bread. They don't care. Okay?
Worst food.
It's the worst. And then you need Italians for just the cuisine. You just need it. For the wines, Okay, you can get rid of the French. Okay, because anything they do, the wines and the cheese, the Italians can do just as good, if not better, and they're less annoying and they're funnier. And you need the Italians for the funnier.
For the humor.
Yeah, there's only one group that's going to come up with a racist name like eggplant, and it's just funny. Okay, they're horribly racist, but the racism is very funny. They're funny and mean.
Underrated people, and when it comes to
humor, very, very funny. Very funny. I mean, yes, it's racist, but it's funny. Okay? They just say funny stuff. So you need them. We don't need the Chinese. Too much MSG in the food. Japanese food is better. We need the Japanese.
No, but the Chinese make all that shit. They make all the crap that we use.
Yeah, but you can use the Indians for that.
Oh, good point.
Now we're thinking
all right. Yeah.
Now we're thinking like CEO dictators. You can use the Indians for that.
Okay.
Indians got just as good food. I love Indian food. I do like Chinese food too. We'll keep a pocket. All right. We're doing some social engineering here.
What if we breed the Chinese and the Indians together and get like a small little group of them?
Yeah, we take a small group.
Right.
Okay. So we don't really need a large amount of them.
No.
Okay. This is definitely going on the Patreon, I think. We get rid of the Greeks. I'll start there. We don't need the Greeks. The Greeks are basically, it's like a history book.
They did their part.
They did their part. They're kind of done. Like they did their part. You made yourself useful in the past.
Like 2,000 years ago.
Yeah, we needed you then. We get rid of you now. So we get rid of them, okay? You need the gays. You need the gays, okay? You need the lesbians to be the Marines of gentrification, go into bad neighborhoods with baseball bats, start softball games, and just soften up the bad neighborhood for all the gays and the young people who are going to come, which are basically the gays, right? All the kids from the suburbs, they're the gays. So you need the gays. You need them for musicals. You need them for dancing. You need them for theater. You need them for fashion. You need the gays. For aesthetics, you need the gays for aesthetics. Fashion, hair, gays. You need the blacks for music. You need the blacks for athletics. You need the blacks for style, for rhythm, for also very funny. You need the blacks. No Greeks. We get rid of the Greeks. You need the Italians for food. We need with the Germans, it's a controlled population. Okay, it's a controlled population. We get rid of most of the Germans. Get rid of most of the Germans. We pay them back by getting rid of most of them. And we keep the ones that have, and we just monitor them. They're only allowed to live in these, we build walls around them so they can't, and they're constantly watched because they're always seeking to grow and start wars. They started World War I and II, so they're always watched, okay? And we don't need Russians at all.
Somebody's got to be the bad guys in movies.
You can play a Russian. We just get Dan Soder to play every Russian by doing a Russian voice. So he plays every part. He's every Russian drug dealer in the movie. We get rid of all the Russians. We get rid of all the Ukrainians. That problem is solved. The British, you don't need. There's no need for them anymore.
What do they do?
They don't do anything.
What do they bring to the table?
We get rid of them.
Yeah.
You get rid of the British. You get rid of the British. The Scottish, the Irish, gone.
No, keep the Scots. They got golf. They got amazing golf over
But
there.
we don't need them for the golf. It's like the Greeks.
Right.
We already got it.
We already got it. Okay.
What you've done, I'm talking about what you need.
Like what they can provide.
Yeah. We got to keep some Indians, some Indians, Asians. We got to keep some Chinese, and the Jews, the doctors. We need healthcare. So we need that. We absolutely need that. Lesbians, we got to keep. They're not going to be happy about it because they're not happy about anything. And we make a cutoff for age.
Oh.
So
all right.
no more old people.
No more old people.
No more old people.
So what's the cutoff?
70.
70.
70. Then you got to walk out. You got to walk out.
Walk out into what?
You got to walk out.
Walk out into the desert?
You got to do hard labor till you die. No food, no water. Just that's it. That's it.
Now, is this your haircut talking to bring it back to the beginning of the episode?
Yeah, this could be my haircut talking. This got way out of hand. But this is the way we can finally have world peace and order, is if it's completely controlled by an authoritarian geneticist. But I've kept a lot of groups. Okay, we just build a wall around Florida and make it keep them there.
We got to keep them in.
Keep them in. Build a wall around Florida, keep them in. And then take everyone from Texas and just ship them to Florida.
We need Mexicans.
Wow, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Mexicans. They're like top of the list.
Or you could just get Ecuadorians to play Mexicans.
Good point.
Because they just say
they have the same skill set.
Same Colombians and Ecuadorians. So basically, you just pick one. Pick which one you want. And then you got your guys to really fucking work. You got those guys. And so then I think we got the perfect racist. Good. I think we got the perfect. We got the perfect racist world. You know, but it's also peaceful and harmonious.
Right. It's diverse.
Yeah. Is this how the meeting started? Is this how it started?
Well, listen.
Is this how it started in the beer halls of Germany, in Austria? They were just sitting around drunk. It probably was just drunk. They were drinking pints, and Hitler was just going like, "All right, this is what we do. We keep some." You know, maybe it started off like a joke like this, and then you come see me, and I'm the one wearing a uniform. You never know. I think it's a pretty good idea. And women's are controlled.
Women?
Yeah, women are controlled.
All kinds of women.
All women. Right, yeah, yeah. Women. We don't need them. I don't think.
What about trans? What do we do with the trans?
We keep the trans.
Keep the trans.
Keep the trans. Keep the trans. Because I think we should only do this for one generation and then leave.
And then leave?
Yeah.
How? What do you mean?
Dude, how great would that be? You know how, like, the people who retire gracefully pick a day and they just retire gracefully? Like Tim Duncan. You know how Tim Duncan just retired? No big arena tour, no big, you know, like Kobe was waving goodbye to every.
Yeah.
You know how Tim Duncan was just like, I'm done, wrote a note, retire, nothing. What if humans did that? And humans said, we're not going to reproduce anymore. Like nobody's reproducing.
So we just pick a date in the future.
We just pick a date in the future and say, no more reproduction.
No more.
No more reproduction. This is it. We're doing the end. We give a fuck you to nature and go, you know what? we're gonna do this orderly. We're gonna do it in an orderly way. That way, we can have peace because people, you know, when people know that it's ending, they don't have any like illusions or anything. They like really, you know, cancer patients say they really like appreciate life. So we essentially turn us all into cancer patients because we all know it's gonna end. We got no kids. There's no legacy anymore. We just go one last generation, and then, but somebody will, they'll start, you know what they'll do? They'll have speakeasies for babies.
Yeah.
They'll be like sneaking, yeah.
Right. Because, I mean, so what would, because you still want
Then we
bank.
bust them up. We bust them up like gay bars. We bust them up. You guys having babies down here? you guys having babies down here? That'll be the new drinking during Prohibition. You guys having babies down here?
I heard a baby.
Yeah, I heard a baby. You hear like a wah, and you go. It's like, you know, in the first scene of Inglourious Bastards, where are the babies? We heard you're harboring babies. You're harboring enemies of the state, are you not? You have babies. There's babies under these floorboards, and you hear like a wah, wah, and then the guys come in and just start shooting down through the.
It's got really
floorboards.
dark.
This got really dark. Comedy sometimes does. But I'm just trying to find a solution for the world.
At least you're coming up with ideas.
I'm just throwing things at the wall.
A lot of people just point out the problems.
I'm throwing things at the wall. I'm not I'm not scared to make a mistake. Don't judge me. I'm just spitballing here. I'm not saying anything is going to work. I'm trying to just get the ball rolling. Start some momentum for the great thinkers out there to piggyback off what I said and stand on the shoulders of me, the giant. Just like Isaac Newton did with the scientists before him. Okay? I'm just being a great thinker here, trying to figure out why we still need Irish people. We don't. We don't need Irish people at all. Do we need Irish people at all?
You kind of got me.
You got you, right? Like, what would the world be any different without Irish people? But if I said no more Italians, we're panicking. We're panicking because they provide us something. Okay? They provide us something. Unbelievable food and great wine. Unbelievable. But that's about it. That's about it.
That's worth a lot.
It's worth a lot, though.
We gave you lasagna.
Okay? If I say no more, what you guys are calling for, no more Jews, do you really know what that means? Who do you want to be your doctor? Some Thai guy? I want my doctor Jewish. I want my lawyer Jewish. I want my Asian Jewish. I want my bagel Jewish. Okay? I want my comedy Jewish. They're very good at comedy. I want my writing staff Jewish. Okay? You know what was funny is like a lot of those shows, like there was a lot of shows back in the day, like black shows, with all Jewish writers.
Mm-hmm.
They're just good at comedy.
What's that famous Red Fox story?
Red Fox, he tried to fire all the, right? And he was like, just bring back my Jewish
You
writers.
got some black writers in
Yeah,
there.
and he was like, get the Jews back.
Get my Jews back.
Yeah, so you need them, right? You need them, okay? Greeks, let's be honest, you don't need. We don't need us anymore. Wait a second, I'm getting rid of myself. That's not going to be good. But how am I going to round up me if I'm doing the rounding up? I guess that's how you can trust me. This is how you can trust me with my plan. Because after I round up everyone I'm rounding up, I round up myself at the end. And I go, okay, now I got the final guy. We got the final guy. And then I kill myself.
Oof.
So I get rid of us. You know? Do we really need the Swedish? Don't need them. We already got the Germans. We got a small set of, you got to keep them small because they like to grow. Okay? We got the blacks we keep. I'm keeping all the protected groups. Lesbians, gays need. Do you guys understand what the world would be like without gays and lesbians? Not good. You don't think about this stuff because you live in some fucking podunk town and you're depressed. You don't know how great things are in New York City with culture and food. They don't know. They live in Plato's Allegory of the Cave. They go to the Olive Garden. They go to some shithole for food. They eat shit. I've been to these cities. Even the things they're famous for is shit. Kansas City barbecue is shit.
Oh, you're losing
It's
fans right
fucking
now.
Shit. I went there and
Really?
the fucking barbecue is shit. You
Really?
can get better barbecue in Brooklyn. The barbecue in Austin is shit.
Oh, you're just digging a hole right now.
Yeah. It's New York City till I die. Everything here is better than anywhere else. Look at me just looking at the clock. Going, are we there? Oh, yeah, we're there. 1 hour. This is the greatest podcast. Is this my manifesto? Should we title this Mein Kampf?
No.
Everything here was for comedic purposes. Good night, everybody. What's up? Want to give a shout out to Jared Z, exclusiveautoshipping.com if you're moving your car out of state, right? Or if you bought your car out of state and you need it moved. Hit him up at exclusiveautoshipping.com and get a free quote. For the free .art, it's music in Hawaii. If you like music and you also think Hawaii's a nice place, though, that's where Hawaii and music comes together. For the free .art, just running on a credit card. NateLinder.com. There's only one person on this planet that helps businesses across the world create high-performing websites, rank number 1 on Google, and profit for digital advertising. Nate is focused on real business results, like revenue and new customer acquisition, not just clicks. You look, you're going, why is there so many cranes around? Why is there so many buildings being built? I'll tell you why. Because Nate's been working with construction companies, and he's got business cooking. He's crushing it with B2B companies right now. So go to NateLinder.com if you need digital marketing. Think marketing, think Nate Linder. DisplayPros.net if you're building a custom trade booth, retail fixtures, promotional items, whatever you need. Hit them up. You get 10% off if you mention my name, DisplayPros.net. MA Insurance Services. If you need insurance, who doesn't need insurance? We all need insurance. They're in the St. Petersburg, Florida area, but that doesn't mean they're not a national company. I actually don't know. I've never found out, but I assume they're national, right? They're an insurance company. So they're not just a local, right? I don't know. Matthew, do you do, if I'm in Idaho, can I get MA insurance? I'm sure you can.
We got questions.
We got questions. 813-260-0338, mainsuranceservices.com for a wide range of insurance policies. Hit them up. Cap Attack. Want to put some juice in the game? You want to gamble? You want to know what kind of results? You want to look at the data? You want to crunch some numbers? You want to play Moneyball? Let Cap Attack help you. First of all, it's 100% free, so there's no reason for you not to do it, right? If you put juice on games, why not check with Cap Attack? You could download the app at the Apple Store or Google Play Store, and they use sports betting tools and content you need to help you win. They use machine learning AI to simulate game results and stats and give you the best betting advice available. So you could take it or not, but it's worth it to hear what they got to say for free. Rebels Raider. Apparently, he's not making the actual body armor.
Right.
He's making the cases the body armor comes in or something like that.
Yeah, plate carrier?
The plate carrier.
Right. So the body armor goes in the plate carrier.
So the body armor goes in. So you have to make the body armor yourself. You need to melt iron. You got to go to Norway, find wherever iron ore facilities, make your own fucking breastplate, and then he will give you the plate that it goes in.
Why does he just make the plate too?
Don't ask questions, okay? It's Rebels Raider. My favorite backpacks, everyday wear. Does he have backpacks yet?
No backpacks.
He got no backpacks.
But
He's sold out.
He's got military surplus.
He does have military surplus at this time.
Right.
So who knows what he's got? If you need a grenade, I don't know. Maybe he's got grenades.
He's got military packs and load-bearing equipment.
Load-bearing equipment, military packs, magazine holsters, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Shit that you need. Unfortunately, it's stuff that you need if you're going to do something bad. Or if you're preparing for the second coming to Christ and you believe that it's going to be a lot of bullets fired.
Oh, look at this. This is interesting. He's got a charity.
You got a charity.
He's into goats.
Okay. I also make T-shirts. 100% of the profits go to goat animal charities. He likes goats. This kid is an interesting kid. I mean, you got to give it to him. What's his name? Max Powers?
It's got to be a fake name. Max Powers.
Max Powers.
That's
I don't know anything about this kid, but I do know that I use his backpack every weekend, and it's rebels-raiders.com, but he doesn't have any more of them. Until he gets more, you can go get military surplus. Go get a magazine holster and load-bearing equipment. Suds Auto Spa. They will travel to you. The bigger the job, the farther they will travel. They will crack your car open and clean it out. They do automotive longevity services, ceramic coatings, paint protection, storage solutions, car capsule units. This is for car freaks. This is for people who need their car clean. Give them a call, 412-564-5033. They're in Pittsburgh, in Bridgeville, south of Pittsburgh. But they'll travel anywhere. Check them out online, too. Check out what they do at Suds _auto _spa. Info at sudsautospa.com or hit them up 412-564-5033 and say hello to John Pappas. That's his name. PCB Tech Art. Love these guys. If you're looking for business marketing swag, keychains, ball markers, ball tags, whatever. Prototyping, 3D printing, servicing. They got you. Check them out at pcbtechart.com. Visit the online store. Send them a direct message. 10% off. You use the code Yannis10. They also sell on Amazon, so check out pcbtechart.com.